for our project, we're gonna determine how changes in momentum relate to the average force exerted over time on an object. So first off, we need to remember what momentum is. So momentum is equal to mass times velocity. Normally, an object is going to keep its mass. If there's not a change in the system, it's going to keep its mass. In our example, we're going to keep the mass, so this is our constant. Our velocity is going to be our variable, and it's what we're going to use to see how the momentum changes. Now, we also know that changes in momentum are equal to the force exerted on the object times time. So there we have our other two variables. Okay, and as I was saying, our change, our impulse, is going to be equal to the force over time, or actually force times time. So what we're going to do in our experiment is we're going to measure the mass, since it's our constant. We're also going to measure the velocity with the motion detector. We're going to measure the force with a force detector, and our time is going to be measured by Logger probe. That way we're going to see that as the velocity changes, once a force is put into the object, the momentum is going to change as well, obviously, because one of its factors is changing while the other is staying constant. And we are also going to measure that same force with the time that it's exerted to get the change in momentum. If this momentum increases at the same rate that this momentum is applied, then we know that the two are related. Okay, so as we said before, we need to compare the momentum to the change in momentum, because the change in momentum is a force over time. So we have mass, we have velocity, and we need to compare these two, the product of these two, to force times time. So our setup is the following. We have our force sensor here, which is connected to the cart. Our cart is going to be our system, our vehicle, and our motion detector is going to serve to give us our velocity and also our time. That way we already have two of the variables listed out. The mass, we've already weighed our cart and we know how much it weighs with the force sensor included, and now we're only going to pull it by string for the force sensor to actually detect the last variable, which would be the force. So there we have it. We have the force, we have the time, we have the velocity, and we have the mass. And now we're just gonna make two calculated columns in Logger Pro. It's gonna be, if you can see here, we have a calculated column for momentum, which is the mass times the velocity. And we have a calculated column for impulse, which is the force times time. And now to demonstrate, we're gonna do that on the next clip. Okay, so now we're actually gonna test out our setup. And you can see here that even though it's not 100% accurate due to our available equipment, we do see the impulse go up, which is greatly exaggerated, but as the impulse goes up, the momentum goes up as well. And once the impulse goes down, the momentum goes down as well. So there you can see that momentum is related to the force over time.